Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get to it. Welcome into the Fantasy Football Diagnostics Podcast, episode 246. I'm your host, John June. Got my guy, Greg, here. We are recovering from this weekend of championship football. Greg, how are you feeling here today on this Monday?
I'm feeling good. Definitely probably the most memorable playoffs I've been a part of. Like watching last 2 weekends. With the Chiefs Bills game, the Chiefs Bengals game, NFC side. All these games have been one possession games. It's been really good. Shout out to Joey B getting it done. I mean, getting to the Super Bowl. Cincinnati, I don't remember anything about them ever be succeeding. So this is pretty dope for them. And the Rams
I
getting back,
mean,
yo.
before
What happened?
before this year, the Cincinnati Bengals had not won a playoff game in 31 years. So that's probably why you don't remember
Crazy,
that,
yo.
Greg.
Yeah.
It's longer than you've been alive.
Yeah.
Actually, that is
Yep.
longer than
Yep.
you've
Yep.
been
No,
alive.
it is. It is. Yeah.
So, um, yeah,
Yeah, yo.
I mean, to slay the dragon that is the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick
In
Mahomes
Arrowhead. Oh.
in
Whew.
Arrowhead, to come back the way you did down 11. But if any team could do it, it was the Cincinnati Bengals because they had done it
Yep.
earlier in the year. It was a similar situation. It was all anybody
Yep.
would talk about how they've been in that situation.
Word. All game. Yep.
Um, and like at one point the Chiefs have to start feeling that too, right? Like, damn, they did this before. Like,
Yeah.
part of them has to start feeling that.
The Chiefs are usually the team that starts off slow, and that's what they should have went the way what they know. They should have let the Bengals to go up front.
You got to
Yeah.
come back, right? You got to give them
Yep.
a lead, let
Yep.
them get comfortable,
Yep.
and then you come back. Yeah, man.
Yep.
And then the Rams and the 49ers. I mean, Sean McVay finally slays that dragon that is Kyle Shanahan. Um,
True. That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
after
Yeah.
losing the last six to
Wow.
lost the last six to
Wow.
Kyle Shanahan. He gets probably the most important one, actually, definitely the most
Oh
important
yeah. Yeah. For
game
sure. For sure.
between these two head coaches and their respective franchises for for a very long time. So, I've been real heavy on, actually, I'll be honest, like both these Bengals and these Niners, like I was betting
Oh.
their spreads like the whole playoffs. So it was a nice
That's what's
ride.
up.
It was really
That's
nice,
what's
and
up.
I was curious to see what I was gonna do if they faced off against each other in the Super Bowl. But now I guess to just Joey covers, man. Joey covers.
Hey man, you said I was about to say, yo, Joey, you said it all year. Joey covers, so I should just keep riding that, yo. Joey covers, man. Man,
100% for
you know
sure.
they're gonna be dogs. They're gonna be dogs in this game,
No,
so
they're. I
I'm
mean,
not
they're
sure what the
four
opening
point
line, but
dogs.
I'm
I've
sure
seen
they're
four
dogs.
point. I've seen
Yeah,
three. I've seen
yeah.
3.5. I'm getting on that.
That might get to three. That might get to three
It
by the
could get to
time it gets to
three.
Super Bowl
Could even get to
two and a
like
half.
a 1.5, like close to a pick'em type deal. Because these teams, I think they're over. I think they're evenly matched. Like, from the Bengals defense is playing out of its mind right now, right? And like you look at what the
Yeah.
Rams are doing. They've kind of been in flux, but their defense is really hitting its stride right now too. And then offensively, they're similar teams, right? They've got explosive receivers. They both have a
Mm-hmm.
run game. I think the only
Mm-hmm.
difference is Joe Burrow's, mobility, and that's not even to say that Matthew Stafford has a lack of mobility. We saw him, run out and scramble for a first down, but I think Joe Burrow's elusiveness and his ability to make plays outside the pocket is probably what makes the difference for me.
Yeah, and CJ Uzama, good news on him. He might be able to play actually in Super Bowl. So that's what's up.
Yeah, so that's definitely good news. Yeah, man, the Bengals, making a really historical run here for their franchise. That's funny because the Chiefs, there was all this chatter about that Chiefs Twitter account that said no one expected us to be here, and it was like, yo, y'all were literally favored when
Yeah, I don't want to hear
when
that. I
the
don't want to hear
line
Chiefs
came out.
ever being you have the best player in football. Like I don't I
Like
don't want to hear it. Nah.
like they were literally the preseason favorite before a game had even been
Yeah.
played.
Yeah, yeah.
And It's
Yeah.
funny because somebody put up a screenshot of all those teams that were favored, and you read through that top 15, and like the Bengals weren't even in the top 15.
No.
I think Joe Burrow said
Yeah,
that
I don't want to.
if you had told his past self, like, hey, you're going to be playing in the Super Bowl, he wouldn't believe them. But like, he believes, like, he can believe it having been on the team and been through the season. I mean, it was a very self-aware thing to say, I thought, on Joe Burrow's part. But yeah, it's just hard to like root against him in that team right now.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, like, is that this man doesn't know how to lose, man. He just been winning all his life. Talk about like a number one pick really hidden. Like, you usually don't see this in a long time. Like a number one pick
I
that
mean,
really came, like, it's really hitting right now. It's
yeah,
crazy.
I mean, number one pick, the Heisman, we called him the
Yeah,
trifecta, right? Won a
yeah,
national
yeah.
championship. But now he's
Cam could probably do it. Cam was close, but like he could do it.
Cam made it to a Super Bowl, so Joe Burrow is at least
Yeah.
matched that. So
Yep.
all he's got to do is win this one, and he's done what I don't think any number one overall pick with a Heisman Trophy winner, national champion. I don't think because there's only been two of them.
The Payne get
Well, Peyton was
the
the number one pick, and he
Heisman?
got
No,
it,
right?
but I don't think he got the Heisman, and he
I don't
didn't
think
get the
a Heisman,
national
right? Yeah.
championship. So
Woo. Wow. Could be one of the best number picks ever, man. It'd be nice.
yeah,
It'd be
it'll be really
nice.
nice. So
Trying
we'll
to think.
definitely see.
Yeah, that's crazy.
One of the things I know we definitely did not get right was the Bengals being in this position here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, we knew the team would improve, but
As I
definitely
spill all this water on my face.
Joey B gets people excited, yo. It's crazy.
Yeah, this week we're doing our hits. Last week we released our misses, and it was our accountability show. This week is about bragging rights. So if you want to hear like where we were wrong about, you hear me talk about, hey man, I was sorry that I told you guys to draft Saquon Barkley or any of these other things, and you go back and listen to that. But if you are here to hear us feel ourselves a little bit, to brag it out a little bit, then that's what we're going to be here for. But it's also, you also get an idea into our process and why we thought some of the things that we thought here. So, Greg, I'm gonna let you go first, man. What is the first thing you want to brag about today?
I guess we'll start with the best part, which is definitely Deandre Swift. I mean, definitely teeing him up. Both of us, definitely had him going as an RB1. Like we thought it was pretty safe actually, and like we was just stealing him in a lot of drafts because a lot of people didn't see him as a RB1, and just especially in PPR leagues, this man dominated. He finished as a RB1 in fantasy and total points. In points per game too as well. Yeah, so that was pretty nice. I want to, RIP James Winston, but I'm gonna take that credit on the sleeper. If that man stayed healthy, I think he would have definitely gave a good sleeper season at quarterback. And my quarterback bust, Matt Ryan, definitely didn't come through. I mean, yeah, had some consistent stuff middle season, but like if you were drafting him, that you were just wasting your time. Honestly, losing matchups every week.
Yeah, no, definitely Matt Ryan was one that you were like, oh yeah, Matt Ryan's my bust, and I was like, I think Matt Ryan could have a good year. He's got Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, like, they're going to be down. None of that ever came to fruition. So yeah, that was a great call by you. I'm gonna start with the running back superlatives though, because you started with Deandre Swift, and we loved Deandre
Yes,
Swift, but
absolutely.
I
Love
got to get
DeAndre.
into these superlatives, man, because there was not a running back superlative that I did not hit on target. I mean, let's start with the running back breakout. Back in the running back show, I said that if Najee can get, and catch this one because this is crazy to me, if Najee can get 22.2 touches per game that Le'Veon Bell got back in 2013, if you know, you
Mm-hmm.
know, then he would finish as an RB1, maybe even as the RB8 in PPR points per game, like we saw Bell finish his rookie year. Well, Najee Harris averaged 22.4 touches, not quite 22.2, but 22.4, and finished as the RB8 in PPR points per
Yep.
game. Pretty
He
much
did.
hit that one on the head.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely crazy. Then there was the rookie running back, Michael Carter. He was my sleeper. Finished 29th in total PPR points, one spot ahead of Saquon Barkley. Excited about year 2 for my guy there. Austin Eckler.
Absolutely.
He was my guy at the running back position. Obviously, he had an awesome season. We know he's great. Top 3 in PPR points, 2 if you don't count Derrick Henry. And then there was the running back bust, Raheem Mostert. And typically, I don't claim being right about injury or anything like that. But I did say in the preseason that I was out on Raheem Mostert because he was 29 years old. I referenced the injury history, the presence of third-round rookie Trey Sermon, which now obviously Sermon wasn't a factor, but Elijah Mitchell definitely was. And one of the things that immediately did, obviously, was season ending, was go get Elijah Mitchell. So it was kind of just, kind of all came to fruition there. But running back superlatives, I really had to bring the attention there to the people.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Definitely was hitting on all those running backs. And your boy JT, I think you should definitely take credit for that.
I bragged about that one last year, so I don't want to go crazy, but I told y'all he was generational.
Facts. Like you say, the year to take him number 1 would have been to be ahead of that would have been now, and I think you're definitely doing that in drafts. So definitely.
I will shout out.
We did it not one of our leagues.
Had Billy Witt on in the offseason. He said that this season from JT was coming. He said it. I have the clip. I'll definitely post it back out on socials. But he said this season from JT was coming. I love it. You did get that analysis from somebody on the show.
True.
Greg, what else you got for the people?
Tyler Boyd being a sleeper was pretty solid. And I think my boy TJ Hawkinson, of course, too, as well. Is always nice. He definitely took that leap year. Definitely slowed down towards the end of the year and got hurt. But with the situation, given it finished as a tight end 1, and was able to get a top 7 value for you in points per game basis.
No, absolutely. Just throwing out a few more there for me. Jalen Hurts, that was pretty easy. He was my breakout quarterback.
Season. Yep.
Had a really nice year. I think I used the phrase locked and loaded, guaranteed. I think that's pretty much exactly what happened. He was the quarterback 9 overall, quarterback 6 in points per game. Started 15 regular season games, missing 1 due to injury, sitting out in week 18. But in 15 starts, he finished as a quarterback 1 in all but 4 of them. And 10 of his 11 quarterback 1 finishes were all inside the top 10 of the 11. So that's a bona fide quarterback 1 if I've seen it. And this was, this one we kind of saw coming from Jalen Hurts even the year before. We were like heavy on this guy.
Yeah, definitely.
The other one I would be remiss if I did not mention on this show here, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, if you've been listening since the offseason, you know how much I love this guy. Described him as a dog. And once he got his opportunities, I was all over him. But I was a little too early. Struggled at first. But he's a rookie. Their progressions are better than most. And I think that's the important thing to note here, right? Like, we saw that happen with a few rookies this year, like Elijah Moore. It took him a while to get going. But by the playoffs, St. Brown was a start of the week nomination. And he definitely came through. That playoff stretch during the fantasy playoffs, there was no other wide receiver that you would rather have. Not Cooper Kupp, not Deebo Samuel, not Devontae Adams, not Jamar Chase. It was Amon-Ra St. Brown, had 111 PPR points down the final 4 weeks of the NFL season, almost 7 points more than Cooper Kupp, who was second at 27.8 PPR points per game. So excited for what this dude could do in the future.
Yeah, definitely like that. I think my favorite midseason kind of sleeper pick was Hunter Renfrow for sure. Definitely hit on that. Just kind of banging the drum to get Hunter Renfrow on waivers early when this man finished with 128 total targets. Like, he was getting targeted very heavily early on, just a safe PPR floor, and he finished wide receiver 18 in points per game. This guy was going undrafted in most leagues, waiver wire pickup, and gave you a solid wide receiver 2 season. Definitely was on some championship teams.
Definitely, you came through with the Hunter Renfrow, big time. Elijah Moore was definitely on that list around the same time for you for waivers. I remember I should have brought Cortland Sutton up last week.
Oh yeah,
Things I got wrong.
that's how bad it was. That's how bad it was.
But I remember we had a team, and you were like, "Hey, do you want to add Hunter Renfrow?" And I was like, "Well, what do you mean? We're good. We got Cortland Sutton." Just another one. Well, a few bullet points. I mean, Kirk Cousins, he was my sleeper quarterback. Finishes the quarterback 11, and finishes the quarterback 12 in points per game. So, and then some bullet points. Kyle Pitts over 1,000 receiving yards. That weird feeling I had about Mike Davis during draft season, which then led me to have all this Cordero Patterson very
Smart.
early on.
Oh, beautiful.
Then starting Braxton Berrios over Cordero Patterson in championship week. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me as regards to 2021.
You were close on the Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, or the Eckler.
I was
All of them.
close.
All of
I
them.
was close.
All of them.
It took me a
Crazy.
lot to not bring it up on the show, but you brought it up, so
I
was very close.
I mean, Eckler RB1, Herbert was quarterback 1.
I said top 5.
Ooh, top 5. Oh,
I said
okay.
that they would get 3 top
Okay.
5, and they have 2 top 2s.
Yeah, they have 2 top. Yep.
But they don't have a receiver in the top 5.
I mean, you know, both of them being in the top 20, top 15 is nice. So, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's almost as good as having a top 5 receiver.
It's like sharing the wealth. Yeah, he was just sharing the wealth. If he made 2 top 15 receivers, that's like, yeah, that's pretty good, I would think. Yeah.
Oh man. I think that was just really how much like I thought Keenan Allen was just going to eat in that offense, right? Like we've seen, because it's the same offense that they run over with the Saints, right? Like,
right.
So we've seen Michael Thomas really be a target vacuum over there, and I thought Keenan Allen would play the same role, and so that's kind of where my projection process failed a little bit. But we did have a little bit of Mike Williams out there, so I definitely was recommending Mike Williams basically since I think I started doing my projections.
Yeah, both receivers over 100 targets. I mean, Keenan Allen got 157, so that's a really good number. Yeah, I mean, sky's the limit for both this team, this offense.
Most definitely, man. I think, Greg, do you have anything else that you want to, throw out there?
I think that might be. I mean, we hit on a lot of just quarterback rankings in general. Like a lot of the people we had in our top 12 ended up being in there, except like Tannehill. I like every other person I think was ended up being in there in the top 12.
Yeah, bro. It's funny because I looked at that the other day too, and I was like, "Damn it, Tannehill."
Yeah,
I think so high too. It was just so bad, like so that hurts. I think the fact that I ranked Tom Brady so low in his last season, I had him as my quarterback.
Last season, I don't know, man. I want to hear that.
So wait, Greg, let's hear this. I mean, just in case our listeners have been hiding under a rock, or they don't have internet or whatever. Tom Brady, quote unquote, reportedly retires after 22 seasons. This was reported by Adam Schefter and
this might be
Rappaport, or Jeff Darlington.
I don't know if they ever missed, but this might be Schefter's first miss, man. I don't know. This could be.
So, I mean, we'll definitely see. So you think that he's coming back?
Just because of all this coming out before he actually really made it, I think that could edge him on a little more. I do think he comes back though. Yes.
So I'm of the frame of mind. I don't think he's coming back because I just remember last week, right before they played the Rams, that's when there was all this smoke about him retiring. So then I was like, why is this coming out?
Yeah.
Right? Like, are they? And that's when I started thinking, because I had a lot of Tampa Bay money line, and I was like, are the Bucs gonna lose today? Why is this coming out? So,
oh man, his Instagram post was pretty retirement kind of feel. Like his last Instagram post was very long.
The TB12 folks, they posted that tweet, then suddenly deleted it about thank you, Tom, for 22 seasons, and all the Super Bowls and the wins and all these things. So like, there's too much smoke, man. Right? Like it was like with the Josh McDaniels hire in Las Vegas. Like there was too much smoke. It was like every other day you hear something about like Josh McDaniels meeting with somebody. He's like,
Hey,
yo,
I
he's
can't still believe that. That man could go back. He could go back.
bro. I did not believe it until I saw it. I was like, all right, well, I guess he's at a press conference now. So like, and then I saw the Patriots tweet out like a thank you tweet. So I was like, all right, like this is like official, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this happened. Because that dude, you can't put anything past him.
Nope. Yeah, I don't know.
So when that happens, I see all this smoke around Brady. I just have to wonder. I think he makes it there. I know one of the things we're talking about though, Greg, if you're Greg, but if Brady doesn't return to Tampa, do you think there's another quarterback who wears the number 12 that might be interested?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think so. We talked about it today, like why go to the AFC if you're Aaron Rodgers? We're talking about him. Uh, this is just too stacked with these young quarterbacks, not like these old like bums out here. Like these are young, like about to be here for 10
Like
plus
you
years.
you will be the old bum.
Word, yo, word. 10 plus years, all of these quarterbacks, at least in the AFC Championship and including Herbert, will be just doing what they got to do. So yeah, man, it'll be easy to get to that road to get his second ring. And Rodgers is crazy; he only has one ring in the NFC.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there's still some quarterbacks in the NFC, right? Like you still have
Yeah,
Kyler
Steph
Murray, you have
Stafford, Steph
Prescott,
Kyler Murray.
Russ.
Yeah.
I don't think Russ is leaving Seattle. I know we've talked about this before. I don't think because Seattle has no incentive to let that man go.
Oh man, they need to let Pete Carroll go. Then man, they need to let him go.
I mean, I don't think that's happening because I feel like that should have happened already. Like if you were gonna do that, that would have been something you did like
Yeah,
a while ago.
true.
So
That's
I
crazy.
don't know.
Russell's
I'm just,
prisoner.
but the NFC South with the retirement of Breeze and Sean Payton in back-to-back years in New Orleans, and now the anticipated retirement of Tom Brady
Hmm.
and Matt Ryan is old and washed.
Yeah,
And
definitely a
I
good
always do
division
this,
to
can't
attack.
remember who the other team is. Oh, the Panthers. Yeah, they don't have a quarterback
Yep.
right now
No.
either. So if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, I'm just gonna go there.
Yeah. Yeah, go there. I mean, win the division down there, and yeah, try to get. I mean, not that first round, buys like help him. Like this man has got the
No.
one seed so many years. Like he just got to get it done, yo.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that him and Devontae have pretty much made it known that they're a package deal, like,
I mean, AB fills right in that hole, that AB hole right there. Honestly,
well, they got
slides
to
right
figure
in.
out what they're gonna do with
Devontae
Chris
for AB.
Godwin too.
I know he's a
Because
free agent this year. I'm restricted. Yeah, yeah. They got to pay him. They definitely have to pay him. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna stay. He's probably gonna sign somewhere else. I think. Yeah,
oh
We'll
man,
see.
we'll definitely see, man. But yeah, with that one being said, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. That is gonna put a wrap on our 2021 season, and we're going to come back bigger, better in every facet, providing even more than just the podcast service. So you will catch all of that in detail later. Um, Updates will be coming from me, of course. And so we appreciate everything that you guys have done, all the support, every episode that you've listened to, every episode that you've watched, every retweet or share of a post or any kind of support. We genuinely have appreciated it all year. Can't stress that enough. We do this partially. I mean, because we love fantasy football and we're passionate about it, and we genuinely have fun getting on here and talking about football and whatnot. But we also have, feel a connection to our listeners and have a responsibility to you guys and you all out there to bring our best foot forward every day. So again, appreciate that. And yeah, have a good one, everybody. We're out of here. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Yeah.